Good morning, teachers. This is Mr. Arrett, and right now I'm exploring a new site that I found called Epic. Maybe you've heard of it before. Again, I'm pretty new to looking at elementary resources, so for me this is brand new, but I had a couple of teachers asking about utilizing iPads for read aloud stuff during like reading rotations and things like that. And boy, I am just super impressed with this site. And I think once you get it set up, it could be a really, really great resource for an elementary classroom in helping students, that are developing their reading skills. And it looks like it can do other stuff too, but we're just going to focus on reading for the time being. Now, I'm not an expert by any means yet, but essentially what you do is you go to getepic.com, you say you're a teacher, you can get signed up, and then it'll create a class for you, and then you get a class code, which is down here. And so then we can put students in your class, and then what you can do is you can give them access to read aloud books, and from what I can tell, it's all free. There does seem to be like paid parent accounts, so parents can use it at home. I don't quite understand how that works yet, but let me just kind of show you the basics here of how it works. So you've got me. I made an account, Mr. Arrett. It's got class code, things like that. Reading level system, we can pick AR for that, and so that's just like some basic account setups. But then you go to My Students, and basically you can create a class roster. So you can add students by hand. So I just made up one for me, and I'll show you how to add one for you. So you could say like, I'll make one that's based on my wife. Add student. You can enter an email if you want for the parent. That's optional, and we'll just click add student, and now profile created for Angel Arrett. I do see that it also is incorporated with Google Classroom, so if you're using that, or maybe you're considering using that, this might be a way that you can like assign books and things through Google Classroom, I assume. You can see that you can create groups, so you can like group students, so you might have like levels or like AR level groups or something like that in there. Again, I don't know the extent of all this because I'm just using it right now. But let me kind of show you what's cool about this. So if we go to Explore here, you can see that they have some options on how you can search for things. You can search for just read to me books. You can search by AR level. You can search by grade level. There are also videos which I haven't even looked at yet. But let's just say we want to read to me book at first grade level. We can go in here and we can pick a book. You can see that you can assign a book. You can make a book your favorite. I'm going to go ahead and just open this so you can see what it looks like when we do it. Open it up. It automatically starts to read.
Motorcycles at work. Vroom, vroom. Do you hear that? It is a motorcycle. People also call it a bike or cycle. How are motorcycles used?
Okay, so I'm just gonna stop it right there. You can see, you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can turn the volume up, you can do the highlights, you can zoom in. So a bunch of neat stuff, but here's something that I wanted to try, and I'm just going to try this in real time. Again, we can assign this book, and we could select like just one student, or I assume, if we had a group created, we could select a group. I'm going to click Assign Selected. Then up here, we can go to a quiz, and we can just do motorcycle tester. Okay, and then we can add a question. So I'm going to be like, what is another name for a motorcycle? And we'll say the correct answer is a bike. Incorrect answer is a boat. I don't know. Just again, just super fast to see. Okay. And then we're going to go to publish quiz. Oh, it's got to have 3 questions. All right, so I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to go back through and I'm going to make a couple more, and then we're going to jump in on the student end and we'll see what all this looks like. So just give me 1 second here. Okay, so I don't know how I ended up at Etsy, but I did. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and go to this Get Epic sign in. getepic.com/sign-in, and this is what your students would do. We'd have this page bookmarked. They click students, and then if this is their first time, they'll put in a class code, but otherwise, if you've already been there, as you can see, they can just click the class right there, and then they'll find their name, and they can click that, and you can set up pins so they have, you know, a special account of their own if you want. I don't know, at higher grades that might be useful for you know, younger kids. I don't know that I'd worry about that too much. You can also just have them browse as a guest too, so you could still assign books and then just anybody could get on and read it if you don't want to track the data and things like that. So now that I'm in here, you can see that a student could just go through and like read whatever books that are available for them, and they can search just like on the computer by like they could put in their own AR level and things like that. But if for them to get to what you've assigned, they click on their name and they go to their mailbox, and then here are the books that I've assigned. So we're going to go ahead and click on the motorcycle book, and again you can see that it works the same on here as it does before. We can push play and it will read to them just the same. Now what I'm going to do is just flip through this real quick because I did make a quiz for this book, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. So we're going to flip through the book, and then at the end we can start the quiz. Created by Mr. Arrett. We'll go ahead and start the quiz. What is another name for a motorcycle? A bike. Correct. Oh, email coming in. Motorcycles are larger than cars. Let's get one wrong. We'll say true, just so we can see how that turns up in the thing. And then motorcyclists use less gas than the average car. True. Correct. Okay. Says our score. We're going to go ahead and click finish and finish book. And now it says book complete. And it should record all that on our profile, and then as a teacher we should be able to see that too. So then I can close this. You can see there's little like achievements things built in here, which I think would be kind of fun for students. So and then we can go ahead and we can view our profile. It shows what books we've got done, our achievements, and we can so that's pretty much it from the students end of things. We can then sign out, and then this would be ready for the next student that comes along. So let's go ahead and jump back over to the computer and we'll see what kind of stuff the teacher gets on their end. So now we are back into the teacher view, and I can go to student summaries, and I can click on Drew, and I can see that he has read Machines at Work. I can go to let's see, I can go to my students. Sorry, I got a little bubble in my way here. I can go to my students, and I can go to class log, and again I can see Drew has read Machine at Work. You can see how long he took on it. 1 minute is all. I can go to assignments and collections, and I can go to assign and view progress. It's so I can see, that again, this is all just looking at kind of like the books. If I click on quizzes, then that gives me my overall view of one student took, average score of 67%. I can go to quiz results and I can look at, I'm assuming once I get multiple students in here, I can look at them. And so you can kind of go through and it just collects that data from you. Again, I'm just tip of the iceberg. This is what you can do with this. I'm not sure what else there is. I think it's something, to me, it looks like it would definitely be worth exploring. So if you want to do more with it and you want to set up a class and practice a little bit with your students during your reading times, go ahead, I'd say, and give it a shot. It's looking like our iPads need to be updated in order to work, in order for them to work with this, which is unfortunate because that's going to be a lot of work on mine or the AEA's end of things. But if you're interested, we can definitely get that set up in your classroom. So just let me know if you'd like some help with that. Have a good day.